This is the instructions to set up the love controller series 4B for low limit or a high level condition. By default, there's several things that needs to be changed when you put in the factory default controller. When it powers up, you'll see that it says no connectivity. That is because we need to program the temperature sensor to the correct type, as well as make a few other changes. First change that we want to make, we'll be in the operation menu by just cycling through the cycle button. SP is for decimal point, and we want to set that to 0 so that we do not have a decimal point while trying to make changes to the controller. To get into the initial settings mode, we're going to hold the enter button for 3 seconds, and it'll put you into that menu. The first thing it actually comes up to is the set input type, and we're going to change that to type T, thermocouple type T, which is what we are using to sense the low temperature. We're going to push the enter button to accept that change. And we can now see that we are getting a temperature reading. However, we're in Celsius. So let's go back into our initial settings menu by holding for 3 seconds. We can see that our type T is there. We're going to cycle down. As you can see, we're in Celsius. We're going to go down to change it to Fahrenheit. Enter to receive that. And now we are reading room temperature at 75 degrees. Our set point here is very high, but we need to make one more change for the alarm condition. So we're going to hold back on our enter button for 3 seconds, and we're going to cycle down until we get to ALA1. And ALA1 by default is 0. We are going to use alarm option or alarm output 3, which is deviation lower limit. We move to 3, and you can see our alarm already came on. We're going to go back out of that menu. And our current set point is lower, so we're going to go ahead and run this on down. If we go to 76, our alarm now goes off because we are not in an alarm mode setting. If I warm up the sensor with my hand, you see the temperature starts to climb. I can change my value for my alarm point. And now you can see where alarm 1 now is a condition. If I warm my sensor back up a little bit more, I will come out of that alarm mode. There we go, we're out of the condition that we are now in. Working with liquid nitrogen, we do need to make sure that in our setting menu that we also have our lower limit set appropriately. So back inside of our settings menu, we're going to cycle through. Our high is 752, our low is 328. So we're okay. We will be able to sense and set our point down to -300 for a detection of high limit nitrogen on the sensor that would be high in the bath to say I have getting close to an overflow reading that temperature. So this is just testing it at room temperature. But of course, when you set it up for liquid nitrogen, you're going to run your set point all the way down to minus 300, minus 280, whatever your factory or whatever your machine setup requires to detect a low level or a high limit or a low temperature condition, indicating that you have a high level of nitrogen.